Happy lunch hour, guys. All right. Remember about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago or so, you had that black militant organization, NFAC, the Not Effing Around Coalition, led by Grandmaster Jay, the wannabe sergeant major, everything like that. Remember this group, the one who, every time they'd go out, they had this bad habit of shooting themselves? Yeah, okay. No, that's not what we want to aspire to be. Let's put it that way. But they did have one thing right, and that was naming the organization. And it's something that we as preppers really need to get in our head now, that we aren't going to F around with anything. They're getting mentally prepared. And I mean, we all know physically, mentally, spiritually prepared is what a prepper needs to do. Physically, all right, no big deal. You're storing food, stocking food, growing your gardens, doing whatever, getting your ammo, getting your security, getting your power. We can all do that. That's easy, all right? I mean, in the big scheme of things, it's easy. Granted, it takes money or whatever, time and effort, but it's the easiest of the three things to do. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of people stop is, oh, I've got all the stuff, I'm ready. Not even close, guys, all right? Then you get into the spiritually side of things. And whether or not you are religious or what religion you follow or anything like that, you have to do that on your own ways and means. Let's just put it that way. Because different people believe different things, and you have to get right with your supreme being, however that would be. All right, just saying. The getting mentally ready part is the hardest of all of them to do, because you are going to have to do a whole lot of stuff you don't want to. You're going to have to turn away that mom and kid on your front porch going, oh, we're hungry, just an apple, that's all we ask for. And you're going to have to say no. And it's going to be very difficult. Depending on how far this goes, you may have to go hunting. And a lot of people, I couldn't hurt Bambi, no way. Yeah, if it means eating, you may have to. You may have to eat some of the wildest things out there. I've talked about that before, raccoon, possum, squirrel, snake, whatever it would be, because it's food, right? You're going to have to get yourself mentally ready for that. If this goes completely foobar, are you mentally ready to pull the trigger against another human being? I'm being dead serious here, guys. This is what it could come to. I mean, whether it is World War III and the Chinese are coming over the hill, okay, or whether it is a revolutionary/civil war in the United States. Could you do it? A lot of people say they can. They've never been faced with it. Talk to any combat veteran, okay? The guys that came out of World War II, if you've got some in your family, chances are you might, or chances are there might be somebody, and it might be you, okay? Talk to the guys who were in Korea. Talk to the guys who were in Vietnam. Talk to the guys who were in Iraq. Talk to the guys who were in Afghanistan. And ask them about it. What it's like to take another human life. This is a reality that you may have to face. It will change you forever immediately upon doing it, okay? Sure, there's a difference between the guy who was flying a bomber in World War II going over Germany. You didn't see the face, to the difference of the guy, let's say, in Iraq, who shot a kid because the kid had a bomb strapped to him, okay? Or shot a woman for the same reason. It's going to come down to situations where it's your life or their life. Are you prepared to do what it takes? I know everybody says they will. Hey, ain't nobody coming on my property. Ain't nobody doing this. I'm going to ask you just a plain, pure, simple question. If somebody walks into your garden and starts picking tomatoes, what are you going to do? Because that's your food that you worked hard for. How far are you willing to go with this, but also with this? With everything going on in the world, we all know, Germany's saying that they're going to run out of gas this winter. Okay, they're already telling people, turn down your thermostats, turn down your hot water heaters, whatever it is, because they've only got 88% of the projected amount of gas they need to get through the winter. Germany's flat out said the gas is going to run out this winter. Prepare for a long, cold winter. Okay. France is saying the same thing now. How long until that gets here? I mentioned in a comment to somebody yesterday that in 2022, y'all may not know this, okay? In 2022, the top 3 importers of oil to the United States, okay, where we're getting it from. Number 1, the majority of our oil comes from Canada. Number 2, the majority of our oil comes from Mexico. Number 3, in 2022, the majority of our oil comes from Russia. Number 4 is OPEC. Okay, so all this, talk about, we're going to beg OPEC for more oil. OPEC doesn't give us as much oil as Russia does. Oh, and we have sanctions against Russia, remember? Okay, so yeah. What's going to happen when the people are cold, when the people don't have power, when the people don't have food, and they come to you? A lot of you guys tell me stories about neighbors that are completely blind to what's going on in the world, more interested in their vacations and their toys and their video games than they are in prepping. What's going to happen when that person knocks on your door and says, please give me some food, and you say no? And then that person comes back with 6 other people and says, we demand you give us some food. Are you ready for that scenario here and here? If you're not, you better make peace with it real quick. We're all going to be very different people if and when, I guess, if you will, the balloon goes up. Only the strong will survive. You've all heard that before. Some people will say, forget it, I can't do it. I'm done. I've made my peace with my maker, and I'm done. Other people are going to go, it ain't my time. Sorry, I'm standing my ground. Like I said, NFAC was a completely moronic group of people, but the idea was right. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I ain't effing around with anybody. They will fear me because I don't have any problem with taking care of an issue. Pinball out.